Good morning, interwebs. It's 11:12 at night. And this is what happens when Steve has days off. Not at all his fault. I just get busy with him, and there's little people around all the time that I don't want on camera, and we're just doing stuff, and so I don't pick you up till they all go to sleep. But Steve's still awake.
Here I am.
He is working on ordering our shelfie things I told you about yesterday. But the kids are in bed. Steve and I watched a movie today. We watched Seeking a Friend for the End of the World with Steve Carell and Keira Knightley, and it was enjoyable. And then tonight, we watched Inside Out as a family. Oh, it was so good. Pixar did good. I can't believe it took us so long to see it, because I think it might be my new favorite Pixar movie. It's up there. So, did that. I worked on some more crocheting this evening and did some like random schooly kind of things with the kids, and I colored. I should show you that. So I'm coloring this new picture. I worked on this today while Steve and I were, well, first I was doing a literature thing with my daughter, and so I needed to like sit still while she did it. So I started coloring this. And then I worked on it while Steve and I were watching our movie. And I picked the colors for my picture inspired by this, which is the yarn that I'm using, which is the Loops and Threads Soft and Shiny in the color Circus. So, those colors just make me really happy, and I thought, hey, I should color my next picture with those colors, because then maybe it would make me happy too. Another thing I did today was I finally pulled out all of those books that we got like 2 weeks ago now from the book sale. I spent $3. I got like it was last Friday. It was 1 week ago. When you see this, right now it's Thursday for me. But I spent $3 and I got 3 stacks of books, and I will show you what they are. So up here, our library is clearing out like a ton of their nonfiction juvenile books. I was talking to the library director about it, and she was talking about how sad it is because, you know, basically kids just don't either have reports or they don't research in the same way. So, like, these are all juvenile biographies. I got a bunch of author biographies as well as musician biographies and artist biographies, and then a few just general people. But my plan is to pair some of the author ones with author studies and similarly with the music. Then there's just some random like historical stuff. This book about wampum we actually have checked out before. It was incredibly interesting to me as an adult too. Do you know much about wampum? The clay beads that were previously used for barter and trade before money in our culture? So, it was talking about that. Also, a couple of like math books, addition and subtraction made easy, which I think might be kind of interesting and useful at times. Eat Your Math Homework is recipes that are like math based, which I mean all recipes are, but those just seem kind of interesting. I got 2 books on collage and 1 on lettering that I think will be fun and useful for us. Then I got some more poetry books because that's another section that they are clearing out when it comes to nonfiction. So we got The Earth is Painted Green, Remembering and Other Poems, My Village, Poems for Summer. We have checked out Poems for Summer before. They have winter, spring, and fall. I didn't think to check whether those were still there or not, so I'm not sure if those are getting cut too, but we have checked all of them out at one point. We've also checked this one out before, Always Got My Feet, Poems About Transportation, and Bicycle Riding and Other Poems. And then this one's really neat. It's called Winter Lights, A Season in Poems and Quilts. And if you look, like, can you tell that's a quilt on the front? There are beautiful, like there is a Bargello quilt is what that style is called, and this Bargello quilt makes like a dragon and has a poem next to it, and so they're just these awesome quilts with poems next to them. Like, that's pretty cool. Look at those, they look like luminarias. When I was growing up, the neighborhood I lived in would put out luminarias every Christmas Eve. It was like a thing. I don't really know why they did it, but it was like a thing. And finally, I got a bunch of Puma Steve trying to roll over you over there. Then I got these books. These are riddle books because they also are cleaning out their joke and riddle section. How are children going to know how to be funny anymore if you can't learn stupid jokes out of books? So I got some riddle books because I'm sick of our kids telling like the same 6 jokes all the time. So I'm hopeful that between those 7 books, they might learn like 2 new jokes. And then I also got these 3 that are just normal fiction. The reason I got Bingo Brown and the Language of Love, I've actually never heard of it, but I got this one, this biography called The Moon and I, Betsy Byers, a memoir of the author of Bingo Brown and the Language of Love. So I thought that would be interesting because we read through like all the Beverly Cleary books, and we also read A Girl from Yam Hill, which is her biography. And the kids really enjoyed that, and like we found a lot of similarities between them, so I thought that would make a good and fun thing for us as a family in general. So that, I think, is mostly what we've done today. I think Steve and I are, you can hear Steve has a cough. He's not feeling quite up to snuff. Though snuff is, I don't know how high up snuff is, but he's feeling worse than usual. And we, are you laughing at me? So now we're having cocktails, and we're probably going to watch our 3rd movie of the day. Apparently I'm on a movie kick again. I've kind of run out of things that I'm really interested in watching on YouTube. A bunch of the people that I watch who aren't necessarily like daily vloggers, but periodic vloggers, I feel like they haven't been putting out content. So if that's you and you do that, put out more content so I have something to watch. And if that's not you, have you noticed that about the people that you watch too? That there's just been like this weird lag or lull in content? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So I'm going to go and drink my drinky poo and watch something with Steve. And then try and probably do some work tonight. We'll see. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. Nighty night.